On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and there's creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Rashad Penny, and he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Check three.
Penny, a first down carry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Penny. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Check.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Down. 180. Right there in the middle. 55. Don't let him breathe. Play that time deep. Later 2. Shit. Check out.
Carr going on, and right away he lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Go 14.
This is Penny. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
58, come on. Yeah, let's go sack lunch. Kill.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. .31 yards there and a first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Carr going to throw, and he's going to go down again. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
White. Hey, 7:34.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the Bears' 46-yard line.
Mike 51. No getting on this defense. No.
Penny. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 40-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. On the run, it's Penny. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
380! You got nothing. You got nothing.
Now it's Penny. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Watch the curve. Alert.
They'll run with Penny. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Penny. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Whoa, he just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 8. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Second and 7 at the 19-yard line.
On second down now, it's Cohen, and he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
A loss of 1.
93.
Third and
93. Keep right. Hey, orbit. Tighten up. You're mine.
Throwing his car on third down. Finding Gabriel complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks picks up his second sack of the afternoon. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Quick throw here caught by Gabriel. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Carr, it's complete, it's Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's a give to Penny. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 3. Check 3.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with a field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Mike 5-5. Mike Express.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as he'll play in the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This is Cohen, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Express.
On 3rd down, Carr gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr, he's got Burton here. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hey, Delta.
Again, it's Carr. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hey, high 7. Switch up, switch up. High 55.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Point after up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Bears 14.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it again with Penny. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Watch the shit.
And the blitz does come. Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Eddie Goldman with a sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Elsewhere, they have gone to the 3rd quarter now in Dallas. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. First down, a run with Cohen. And he's got Rome. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Again, it's Penny. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Alert. Jump.
A handoff to Penny, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. The handoff, running left is Penny. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
First down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check.
Now it's Penny running right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Hey, I'm coming. Check 15. Anyway, check. Back. Gun. Motion.
Running left, it's Penny. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with Penny. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So you've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
31 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 7 yards there and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On first down, it's Cohen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, it's Cohen, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Bears push further out in front.
And that touchdown puts them up 7, but now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Chicago, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.
I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks, it's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit that your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Houston Texans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is taken near the 13. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard. Line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. On second down, it's Pollard. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Get ready. There go, kill.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. This is taken at the 23. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23. Yards all told. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
This is it. 19. 54.
Hyde. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And it's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Hyde. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
1st down, a run with Hyde. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde, 37 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Hyde. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Let's get it.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Switch. In the car. Switch.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agree with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watson on 3rd down. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Cowboys 7. Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Cooper's got it. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 26.
Throwing on 2nd down. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 12 yards there and a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
Switch it, hey. 3 down. 41's the mic. Here we go, go to 54, line in. 41, 26.
On play action, Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for the Cowboys.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Gun.
First down, and it's Pollard again. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Watson. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. He's got Fuller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, it's Watson. It's complete. Stills. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run. A first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Texans.
Set. 19. 24. And 31. Rush in. Rush in. Running line. Switch.
Now a first down throw. Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Houston.
Check, 24. I'm trying to collect. Hey, watch that.
From the red zone now, Watson flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Watson now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Go. Get out there. Here we go. 40 seconds.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Watson with a give to Miller. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Let's go. Let's do it. 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11.
I got you. I got you.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
We got that one. Good. Check 26, check 26. Check. Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54. 26.
Here's Pollard again. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Here we go, 47.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot. And now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Watson looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. The 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This will be taken about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he will have a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Here we go, 46. Let's get in there. Let's get in there, Hal. 41, 26.
The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
This will be taken short. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 31, Prescott. He goes full extension, and he's got it. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a time. Timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
For the hunt. 180. Yeah, I got you.
A first down throw for Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Play fake. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. A first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Speaking of Cook, he continues to be a workhorse in the Minnesota backfield. More evidence of that in Week 7 against the Lions. 25 carries, a league-high 142 yards, 2 more touchdowns, give him 8 on the year.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. To throw is Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
Check 41. Watch the distance. Watch the screen. Showing it.
They go play action here on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a run on first down. That doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Get set. 19. 54 miles. Oh, here we go. At 55. At 55.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Set. 19. 54. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Now Hyde. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, Hyde. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
131.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Here's Watson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Watson. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 64 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Throwing
on 2nd and 8. Cousins. He's got Smith here. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Cousins on 1st down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Thielen
34 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Give running right at time. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Check Mike 54.
On first and 10, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hopkins. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On first down, Watson. He's got Fuller. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now it's Watson. And he is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that could alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This time they stay on the ground, and they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Go. You tighten up. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get him. 54. Mike 31. Spons. No. Watch twins. Line him up.
From the gun on third, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
24. Twist. Mike 5-4.
Watson now to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 22 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 31, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., 69 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
I can't believe they let you play. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Check 99. Check your hot read. Motion, motion.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 76 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. On third down, Cousins. And a pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Cousins to throw for it on fourth. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
19. 54, Mike. Here we go, here we go. Check it back, check it back.
A first down carry now for Miller. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 32-yard line.
Jahan, 180. We remote this. 2. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Hey, exit. Hey, Ringo, 48. Pilot.
Throwing is Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll run with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Let's get it. Hey, wahoo!
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Cousins now from the 50. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Again, it's Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Cousins again. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then hand.